Uh, yeah. I want to talk about something, man. That's been on my mind for a while now, for about a week or two. You know, I was checking out these videos on YouTube and all that stuff, man, talking about different subjects and topics, man. There's one thing I have to say. There's one thing I have to say, and I think it's verbatim. I think it's the absolute truth, the universal truth. You cannot distort nature in the universe, because once you do that, nature in the universe has an ability to bring things back into its proper perspective. I say it again. You cannot, you cannot and never distort nature in the universe, because it has an ability to bring things back into its proper perspective, to bring things back into its proper order. You cannot destroy nature nor the universe. You cannot distort it. You can try it, but eventually it's going to bring things back into its proper perspective. Best believe it. One of the main reasons why I'm bringing this up is because we are living in a backwards world. We are living in a backwards society. We really are, man. A lot of the things that's going on within the world, as far as politics and government, when it comes to the world itself, when it comes to the environment, hell, when it comes to sex and relationships and marriages, I realized that a lot of these things that's going on, you know how the government is trying to destroy nature, trying to tamper with nature, trying to tamper with the earth itself, the atmosphere and all that stuff. I realized something. The universe and nature itself has the ability to bring things back into its proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? I realize that man wants to be God. I realize that man wants to be this ultimate creator, this ultimate controller. But then I realized that when it comes to nature itself and the universe itself, it will have the ability to push things back into its proper perspective, into its proper order. Because I realized that man has become way too arrogant. Humans have become human. I realize that humans have a nasty tendency of becoming very arrogant to the point that they think they're gods and they think that they're untouchable. But I realize humans, don't matter how much money you have, how much prize or how much money you have, how much prestige and status you have, you can be touched. You can be touched. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter your status quo and none of that stuff, man. You're still a human being and you can be touched. And the type of methods that humans do to distort nature itself, best believe it, you're going to get pushed back. You're going to be pushed right the fuck back, because you can never, you can try to distort it, but eventually nature itself has the ability to push things back into its proper perspective, especially the universe. Especially the fucking universe. You can twist things around a little bit, but eventually the universe has a great ability to turn things around back to its natural order, turn things around back into its natural state. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna keep it funky with you, man. Fuck it. We are living in the last days of Western society. I repeat, we are living in the last days of Western society. We are living in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And I said this before in my previous video. We are living in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. It's the truth, y'all. It is the truth. And I guarantee you, the universe and nature has a very strange and funny way of bringing things back into its natural state. Be aware, humans. Be aware. A lot of the shit that's going on right now, a lot of the shit that's going on in the world right now, a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, a lot of destruction, a lot of wars, famine that's going on right now. I guarantee you that nature itself and the universe itself is going to team up and break this shit down. I'm telling you, people, the universe. I'm telling you, man, the universe and nature is going to destroy all this shit. People, wake the fuck up. Get your shit, get your shit right. Or like they say, get your shit right within the Most High. Get right with the Most High. And what I mean by the Most High, for the most part, they're talking about within yourself. Get high, you know what I'm saying? Get right with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Pray to, you know, do I believe in God? Actually, I do believe in God, but at the same time, guys, we're all connected with the God source. We're all connected with God's energy. So it's up to us to get ourselves right with God, with the source. That's all God wants us to do, man, to get us right with that one source. God, you know, so the Almighty, the Supreme Being, the Supreme Creator, above all, wants us to get right by it. So in that way, we can do better in our lives, man. Listen, the universe, nature, and the Almighty Creator is giving us signs and wonders right now, telling us right now that we need to get ourselves together. We need to get right. Because eventually, I'm telling you right now, because eventually this whole society, this civilization is going to crumble down. And when it comes to the Bible itself is telling you what happened in the past. It's telling you stories about what really happened in the past when it came to certain cities and towns and nations, man. What's that old saying? History is doomed to repeat itself. That's what's going on right now. History is repeating itself. The Western world is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And people don't see it. People want to say, oh, the Bible is just, you know, fairy tales and all that stuff. Okay, you can think that. But once you really put the pieces together, the Bible is trying to tell you something. We are living in the last days. I'm not talking about the earth. I'm talking about the last days of this civilization. Every kingdom has its rise and fall. And we are looking at the fall of modern day Babylon, which is the Western world. People, get yourself together with God. Get right with the source. Get right within yourself, man. Because the way how we living, the way how we fucking living right now, man, is fucking atrocious. The government, the powers that be, those motherfuckers are sick as fuck. They really are. We don't need to, in my honest opinion, man, when it comes to situations like that, the powers that be, we don't need to fight them. We don't need to do none of that shit. We don't need to destroy the system, because I'm going to tell you why. The system is already imploding. I repeat, the Western world, the system is already imploding. They just what they're trying to do is they're just putting up bandages over an open wound. What you need over an open wound is stitches, but they're not doing it. They're using band-aids over an open wound. And this open wound will never be cleared. It'll never be healed, because they're putting a bandage over that open wound, which is Western society. This Western culture is crumbling down. Y'all don't see that shit? It is crumbling down, y'all. But people don't see that. And you know what? That's okay. That's their prerogative. Let people live and learn. I'm just keeping it a buck, man, because like I said before, I'm not no Bible thumper and all that stuff. I'm not a full Christian and all that stuff. But once I began to read the Bible, man, I'm starting to see how things really are. I'm starting to see how things really are, man, in this world. I realize, okay, when it comes to connecting the dots, I got that aspect from Steve Coakley. May he rest in peace. You have to connect the dots. And Steve Coakley was fucking right. May he rest in peace. Steve Coakley was right. And once I started putting the pieces together, not just by reading the Bible, but when it comes to excerpts from Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper, by 1984 by George Orwell, and all these other books and all that stuff, The Grand Chessboard by Zbigniew Brzezinski, once I start to put the pieces together, I begin to realize, oh my God, this shit right here has been right in front of our faces. It's been right in front of our faces. It's just that people haven't paid attention to it. See, as for me, I didn't know nothing about this shit. I didn't know about the Grand Chessboard in 1984 and Behold the Pale Horse. I didn't know about this shit. But once I start to do my own research, I said, oh my God, it's right there. It's been right there in my fucking face, man. When it comes to TV, media, music, whatever, it's been right there, man. Just that people haven't really used their brains. People just don't know. They just don't know because they never took the time nor the chance to study what's really going on. And like I said before, common sense ain't so goddamn common anymore, man. And it's not. It's a bunch of mess, man. It's a bunch of mess. And when it comes to relationships and marriages and all that stuff, I realized something, man. The main reason why, in my honest opinion, the main reason why there's so many divorces out here is because people don't know who the fuck they are. I hear a lot of people say that the main reason why there's so many divorces is because people don't know their mates. Okay, that's true. That's a given. I give you that. But for the most part, in my honest opinion, people don't know who the fuck they are. So what they do, they decided to look for love elsewhere. They decide to look for love elsewhere, but then you have to realize that the love has already been within you. The love has already been there, and it starts within you. It's already been there, man. It's in you, but you never took the time to discover it. And not only discover it, you never took the time to nurture it. And that's why I say know thyself is key. Because to know thyself is to love thyself. Straight up and down. You have to nurture your inner child. You have to nurture your inner child. You have to nurture your inner child. You have to. And I have to learn that too. I have to nurture my inner child. And I remember when it came to Lupe Fiasco, his latest album, I forgot the name of it. Basically, he was talking about, the whole synopsis of his album, he was talking about his journey. Like during his journey, he was lost in translation. But then later on, he found himself. And then he had to realize that he didn't really found himself. He had to realize that everything what he had was already there from the fucking beginning. So that's an epiphany right there. That's a beautiful epiphany. He realized that everything what he already had it from the fucking beginning. He didn't need this, that, and the third. See, I realized he was looking elsewhere. He was looking externally. But then he had to realize that it was already inside of him. It was already fucking inside of him. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's the type of epiphany I want, man. That's what I want. And maybe I already had it. I don't know. Maybe I already had my fucking epiphany because I realized, man, like for so many years, like I said before, a long time ago, I used to think that fear and pride used to hold me back when it came to certain people and certain things. But then I realized secretly it was my discernment that was saving me. My discernment. Maybe that's my epiphany right there. Maybe that's my strong epiphany. My discernment was saving me from all the bullshit that's going on with these people and also this damn world. Especially the females. Especially the females, man. And I understand that as a man, you have to focus on different things. Yeah, that's true. But as for me, in my honest opinion, when I was young, I ain't talking about in my 20s. I'm talking about in my teen years. My teen years, 13, 14, 15, I'm talking about those years. It was my discernment. I really think and believe it was my discernment that saved me. For not only from the females, but certain people and certain things. It was my discernment. See, people not ready for shit like that, man. And that's okay. And as far as me not fitting in, so be it. And I realized something. Sometimes God's rejection is God's protection. Sometimes that, for the most part, that's not your tribe. And they're letting you know that you don't fit in with that type of crowd, and that's okay. You just have to learn to love thyself. You have to learn to know who you are. You don't need validation from other people. You validate your own fucking self. And you live in this existence. You live in this world. You live how the fuck you want to live. Don't let other people validate your existence. You validate your own motherfucking existence. And then, hopefully then, the right people will come along and be there for you. They'll be there with you. And that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, man. So, thank you so much and have a good day.